thank you so much for doing this interview with me. And congratulations. It looks like another great comedy coming to CTV. And as we speak, it premieres tonight. So for folks who don't know what we're talking about, because this is definitely, you know, when they always say originals, I think this is definitely the original because the backdrop and the story and everything else, I don't think I've ever heard of this ever in any comedy at any time, anywhere. What's
You
the new
are
show called and what's it about, please?
so correct. You are so correct. Yeah, it's very unique. It's called Shelved. It's a single cam workplace comedy that follows the staff and patrons of the underfunded Jameson branch of the Metropolitan Public Library System. And it looks at their lives and their interactions at work. And it is a barrel of laughs, if I do say so myself.
This has to be really smart and incredible because, like, how do you do a comedy about folks who work at a library when most of the time we're always told, shh,
Yeah.
supposed to talk, and everybody sits in a corner or sits by themselves and their heads are down, and if you make any noise, boop, you're out of there.
Yeah, that's one aspect of the library, but there is so much that goes on behind the scenes, and with different patrons. It's really actually ripe for storytelling. There's so many different interesting characters and situations that we get into.
You know, you just kind of said it's a library storytelling. Of course, you're going to put the two together, right? Talk a little bit about your character, please.
Sure. My character is Wendy Yarmouth, and she is the branch head, the head librarian. And she is very dedicated to her community. She kind of brings everyone together. She has to often make lemonade out of lemons with the funding that she's given for this library, but she finds a way, and with the help and support of her staff, she gets it done mostly.
She seems like a really nice person. How does she deal with and correct me if I'm wrong, seems like there's a lot of sarcasm that kicks in here and there.
Sarcasm from Wendy?
No, not from Wendy, from the other characters.
Oh yeah, yeah. She kind of just lets that roll off her back. She knows it's just them and their way of expressing themselves. But yeah, so Wendy is not a sarcastic person.
No, no, no.
They,
Nicest person that you'll ever meet.
yeah, yeah. But her stuff, I mean, there's sarcasm, but it's all out of their love for Wendy is strong, and their love for the library is strong. So yeah, they're very supportive of her.
I think the other thing that's really important is let's talk about where it's being filmed, what city, and the library, because the library itself is iconic for anybody who's a true Torontonian.
So we are in Toronto in Parkdale at the Jameson Library. So we call it the Jameson Library, but it is the Parkdale Library. So yeah, I mean, I was born and raised in Toronto. I lived and worked in Parkdale for many years. So this just feels very authentic to the place, to the setting. And, Parkdale is just, I'm surprised that it's taken this long for someone to set a series in that area. It is such a unique place, filled with so many different types of people. So it's a really awesome place to set a show.
I'm glad you said that because for the longest, I'm talking about for years, I've always said that somebody should do a reality show in Parkdale because it is so unique. In fact, I don't even know if you know this. There's a Instagram following of, I think it's called Parkdale Life, that people will
Oh,
add to because it is such a unique setting because so many amazing things happen in that area.
yeah.
But I gotta ask you though, what's it like to film in a library when for your whole life you've been told to shh?
Well, as much as it looks like a library, that is our amazing set deck and art department. We shoot in a studio in Scarborough. So we were a few days on location in actual Parkdale for our exterior shots, but the studio itself is in Scarborough. And all of those books that you see, or most of them anyway, we actually borrowed from the public library system. So
I love that. What is it that so far that you love about this series? What have you taken into that you're just like, I'm so glad to be part of this?
oh gosh, I couldn't name just one thing. I'm so pleased to be a part of it. I love, like you said, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. I'd never seen anything talking about libraries, and I mean, it's a workplace comedy, so
Yes.
that is familiar, and that's a lovely way to tell stories, but then to have it set in this very unique place that I am from, it just feels very authentic to me and my upbringing. And I feel like I bring a lot to it, and it brings a lot to me.
Oh, definitely does. For folks who are going to get a chance to watch this and they're going, why should I watch a show about a couple of people working in a library? What's your answer to that?
Oh, there are so many amazing stories that are told in this setting, and all of the characters are hilarious, and it is warm, and I think it'll bring you a lot of joy.
I definitely believe that too. I want to say congratulations on the new series. Thank you so much for making time to speak with me. Oh, and before we go, anything else that's going to be on your list? Any other films or anything or TV stuff happening also for you personally?
Oh, well, right now we're kind of waiting to see if we'll get a second season.
Oh,
And
you
in
will.
my spare time, I have been doing a lot of writing actually. So we'll see where that goes. I would love to maybe break into that a little bit more.
Well, I know there's going to be a second season. This looks
Oh,
too
thank you.
funny.
Your lips, God's ears.
There we go. Congratulations on this new series. Looking forward to seeing as we speak tonight, and looking forward to seeing all the episodes. And like I said, season 2. Congratulations. We'll definitely talk again.
Thank you. So nice to speak to you. Bye.